I'm going to show you guys a video clip once again every time we talk about Deion on this channel. They are always on top of it. Go subscribe, follow, show them some love to the pregame show.
It ain't happening until I give you further notice. So whatever her name is, whoever she is, parents, everybody, they're going to come to the hotel to visit you because y'all ain't leaving.
I've seen some people criticizing him for it. For example, look at this comment. He got 20 likes, so that means 20 people agree with him. And just like that, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Prime Time, has found himself back into the news. Well, who am I kidding? It's Prime Time. It's Deion Sanders. He's always in the news. But this time it's for something different. He's been trending all over Twitter today and really every social media platform. I know what you're sitting there saying, yo, Matt, why is he trending? What's going on? Well, my friend, I'm glad you asked that question because I'm going to answer it and I'm going to explain what's going on. Mr. Deion Sanders, who I admire deeply. Y'all know how I feel about him. I love the man. Love what he's doing, all that nice stuff. He is essentially banning his players from doing certain things because of what happened today. For those of you that don't know, and if you haven't heard about this, you gotta be living under a rock, one of the Migos died. Unfortunately and sadly, Takeoff, he passed away this morning, and my condolences go out to everybody involved. Don't worry, I'm not here to talk about him passing away and all that stuff. If you want to hear more about that, you can go watch a different video, go on Twitter, you can find it everywhere. Everyone's talking about it. We're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about what Deion Sanders is now making his players do and not do. We've got a lot to talk about, and oh yeah, the new college football playoff rankings have just came out, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on those as well. We're going to talk all about that. As always, we're on the road to 300K, so if you like college football content, consider subscribing. If not, that's cool too, but I don't know why you wouldn't subscribe. It's free. All right, Matt, blah, blah, blah. Shut the crap up now. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, first things first, before we get into the Deion stuff, and I know that's why many of you clicked onto this video, the new college football playoff rankings have been officially released. And it's shocking a lot of people, don't shock me, but at number one, the number one team in the country is the Tennessee Volunteers. Okay. What do y'all think about that? Now, I said that should be, and it is my number one team, so like I said, it doesn't shock me whatsoever, but for many other people, yeah, it does. At number two, you got Ohio State. That's who many people thought would be number one. At three, you got Georgia. A lot of people had Georgia at one. Four, you got Clemson. Five, Michigan. And six, Alabama. Don't really have a problem with the top six. Everything's going to play itself out. The only thing I do have I guess you could say one slight problem with is Clemson over Michigan. I would flip-flop those. The only reason for that is because you can only go as far as your quarterback can take you, and Clemson is having some quarterback issues, and Michigan, it seems like with J.J. McCarthy, they got everything settled. I would exchange those because I would pick Michigan to beat Clemson on a neutral site field. Other than that, don't have a problem. It's going to play itself out. Tennessee and Georgia play this weekend, and what a game that's going to be. I'm going to talk more about that matchup in tomorrow's video, so stay tuned for that. The last thing I'm going to say, and we're going to get a move on with the Deion situation, is the biggest surprise to me is that LSU, who has 2 losses, they're number 10. Yeah, not going to say too much about it. That did shock me. Let me know your thoughts on this college football playoff rankings. What a time to be alive. I'm so excited for it. This weekend's going to be awesome. We got 2 top 10 SEC matchups. Alabama and LSU, Tennessee and Georgia. Now, with all that being said, let's get on to the main encore, the main topic, the main reason you clicked onto this video. We gotta talk about Prime Time. We're jumping straight into it. One of the Migos that goes by the name of Takeoff, sadly, he passed away. Like I said, if you want more information about that, you can go look it up. I'm not gonna dive into that topic. The reason I bring that up is because Mr. Deion Sanders, he brought it up today when he was talking to his team. And coincidentally enough, where Takeoff passed away, Jackson State, they're going to play. And Deion sent out a strong message to his team where he really emphasized that he is banning his players from leaving their hotel rooms. For those of you that don't know, all these college athletes and players, whenever they travel on the road, they get to their hotel, they can go out and do stuff, they can go get a burger, just do something. But now Deion is saying, nope, none of that. You get to the hotel room and you can't leave. I've seen some people criticizing him for it. For example, look at this comment. He got 20 likes, so that means 20 people agree with him. Somebody needs to tell Coach that Houston isn't actually on fire and the bro died in an unfortunate altercation. At the end, he added, let them players go have a burger or something, man. Yes, I get what this person who commented this trying to say, but I feel like he's missing the point, and somebody replied to him, and I couldn't have said it any better myself. It got over 250 likes. The point Coach was making is that Quavo and Takeoff made it. They reached a high level of success. You have to move differently. You can't kick it in the same spots that you used to. Can't be around the dice games and craziness because we all know how it can go left, evolve. That's the point exactly, and I don't feel like you have to be a rocket scientist to figure out once you make it to a certain status and you level up, you can't hang out with those same people you was hanging with when you was a bum or you didn't have anything going for you. And no, I'm not calling anybody a bum. I'm just using that as an example. I'm going to show you guys a video clip once again every time we talk about Deion on this channel. They are always on top of it. go subscribe, follow, show him some love to The Pregame Show. This channel has everything and anything involving Deion Sanders and Jackson State. Major shout out to them for the video. I'm going to show you a couple snippets from it, so Matt wrote a clip.
People that are influential to you are leaving us consistently. That's our rappers. In a dice game in Houston, where we're going. So that eliminates all y'all leaving that hotel, because it ain't happening until I give you further notice. So whatever her name is, whoever she is, parents, everybody, they're going to come to the hotel to visit you because y'all ain't leaving. Because I cannot lose one of y'all. Well, Coach, he was shooting dice. The Bible says when I was a child, I spoke as a child, I thought as a child, and I understood as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. Some kind of way, you guys got to become men.
You can say what you want. I don't care. You're entitled to your own opinion. But once again, for the 1 millionth time, I am agreeing with Deion Sanders. I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. He is the definition of a leader of men. This is why he deserves a $10 million contract offer from Auburn. What he has as a person, you can't learn it. You can't study this. It's not X's and O's. It's a mentality he's had when he was born. He's the chosen one. And not only has he developed this outstanding mentality, but he's gotten smarter over time. You see the Bible references. I could sit up here all day and rant and rave why I love Deion, but his actions speak for himself.
There's no way a man that has made it in life has reached his pinnacle of the rap game, well known all over the world, is still playing dice in the inner city with a whosoever will that's already jealous, envious of you. Sooner or later, we got to start changing our addresses, guys. That's an analogy to saying, I know we this, but we ain't that. We got to leave that behind that we once did. And that's what you guys are. Now you guys are Jackson State royalty. You cannot kick it with the same dudes you kicked it with. You cannot kick it with the multitude of women that you're kicking with. You cannot associate in the same realms that you associate with. You're going to have to change if you expect change. You can't do it. It's going to come to a time, they can talk about you, they can mock you, they can ridicule you, they can cuss you out, they can clown you, whatever they want. But you're going to have to separate sooner or later because you know how the game is played. And I don't want y'all playing that foolish game because y'all are valuable to your family, friends, loved ones, and you're valuable to us.
Man, the last part, it really touched me. Notice how he said, you're valuable. I feel like a lot of people just don't quite understand that. I don't care where you're at in this life. If you are striving for greatness, if you're on the road to a better life path, you're valuable. Now, I'm not saying if your life is going downhill and you're making bad decisions, you're not valuable, but at the same time, you gotta have some self-respect. You get what I'm trying to say. This may be corny and cliche, but I've always felt like basketball, football, baseball, whatever sport you play, it's more than a game. Only my real athletes out there, you'll understand this. It is more than a game. It's a lifestyle. There are so many valuable lessons I've learned myself just from playing sports. I know some of y'all gotta be sick and tired of me at this point because I sound like a broken record player because every time I talk about Deion, I talk about how much I love the guy and what he's doing. That's just how I am though. I gotta give credit where it's due because nobody else is gonna talk about this. He's the best thing that's ever happened to Jackson State and maybe HBCUs. I'm not going to say he's changing every kid's life, but I can guarantee you this, he's changing some of them. He is a leader of men, and I think this is the best way to end this video. If Deion Sanders ain't swag, who's swag? Okay, on a serious note, I am very curious. Let me know your thoughts down below, but right away,